We're back here at the Airbnb with Vivek Vattyam. He got top 32 at the YCS in Vancouver 2023. How are you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Very tired. I got up pretty early today and played like Swiss straight away, and then on a top cut, and it was pretty tiring, but it was worth it.
It's a long weekend, but man, you made it through. You made it, man. That's all that matters. All right, so. Well, yeah. The mat is beautiful. Honestly, love the new Another Verse play mat that we got. So, before we get started, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Oh yeah, shout outs to Team People Rebo, everyone here. You can turn the camera around.
Yeah, look here we go. All the bozos here.
Yeah, for traveling with me and made the trip very fun. And game testing as well on a lot of different decks and very interesting strategies and tech cards that I never would have thought to play against. But yeah.
All right,
I'll just go right into the deck profile. I played Mannadium for this event. I've been excited to play this deck. It just seems like a very fun combo deck. Normally I play Drytron. That's what I'm, mostly known for in my area. But I wanted to play a different type of combo deck as well. And Mannadium seemed pretty fun and also underrated. A lot of people wrote it off and put it at like bad or like below rogue tier, but I think it's a little better than that. Yeah,
you definitely proved a lot of people wrong this weekend, so I would just get right to it.
Yeah, so it's really Mannadium Scareclaw, but more Mannadium heavy. So 3 Visa Starfrost. He's like the main name of the archetype, kind of like Fallen of Albaz. You have the Visa's archetype. You need to play 3 of it. You have to use him to get access to both the Scareclaw and Mannadium engines, and he's like a pretty good extender. And also can help you get access to stuff like Chaos Angel and just other Synchro 10s. 3 Ramheart. He is the main starter for the Mannadium engine. By himself, he can search Obsidian and get access to the field spell, and then basically get into a Synchro off of just a 1-card combo. But as a 2-card combo with Meek, which is one of the tuners, which can modulate its own level, you can make Synchro 8s and then make link plays and just make the deck pop off, essentially. I only played Meek as one of the tuners. I didn't play Torrid. Torrid is just not very good. Meek allows you to modulate levels, and really just even with these 3 copies of Meek, I felt like sometimes you feel like you're seeing the tuners too often. They can be kind of bricky. But yeah, the 3 just felt perfect. I would never want to play Torrid and definitely not play Fearless because that card is trash. 3 Calarium. Not a card that you want to see by itself, but in combination with the tuner or with any other Mannadium monster, it allows you to combo and has a nice effect to revive a tuner from graveyard, which includes Amritara and really any tuner, not just the Mannadium ones. One thing to note is that if you have any tuner in grave, including Ash Blossom, it will boost the attack of your Rhymeheart, so you won't be able to special your Meeks from hand. So you have to be mindful of that when you're trying to combo. So don't cheat. 3 Obsidian, one of the best cards in the entire deck. Definitely a 3 of. You can pop any monster. It doesn't have to be a Mannadium monster. And you can search the Peaceful Planet Calarium. Or if you have that up, you can search any Mannadium spell or trap, which I'm playing 2 other ones. So, Magings, it's kind of like a mini Pot of Greed. It allows you to fix your hand. Because sometimes you do have multiples that you have that you want to get rid of, or you want to draw into non-engine, which helps a lot. And definitely dug me out of a couple situations throughout my rounds. And then reframing, something that you always want to end on. You have to control a Synchro monster, but it's really an Omni Negate. And so it makes your end board significantly harder to break. And it allows you to also banish itself from grave to shuffle back your Mannadium monsters, which allows you to also trigger Chang Yang and do some other cool things with it.
Nice.
Yep, and then for the Scareclaw cards, we have 2 Reichardt. I went back and forth on 3 versus 2, but 2 felt pretty much right. Because I'm also playing Rhoda, which is just another copy of him when needed. By himself, he gets you 1 Synchro 10, so he's not that great by himself, but in combination with the Mannadium engine, it makes your end boards a lot better. And since he's dark, when you make him with Vsauce, you have a Chaos Angel that is pretty hard to get rid of.
Nice.
Yep. 2 Scareclaw Rival and 2 Reichphobia. I think it's definitely correct to play 2 of each of these because they significantly help your turn 3 onwards. On turn 1, you can actually search both of these because you can pop a Lightheart with Barone and then bring it back if you control Vsauce, and then link off the Lightheart in the main monster zone to make another Lightheart and search the other one because it's not once per turn. and so that gives you guaranteed follow-up when you otherwise would not have it. 1 reinforcement of the army to search either Reinhardt or Reichhardt. And then 2 Fenrir, one of the most underrated cards in the deck. Not something that everyone plays, but it gives you an extra body, it gives you additional power going first and second. And if you get stopped by like Droll or Shifter or something like that, he gives you a lot more defense than you otherwise would have.
Nice, interesting. That's an interesting tech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then for one of my favorite cards in the game, when I use it at least, 3 Trouble Tactics Talent. Yeah, a lot of people love playing 2 of this card, but I think for this event, I'm very happy that I played 3 of it. I even felt, if anything, I didn't see the card enough. So maybe if I could play 4, that would be better, but 3 is fine.
It's always thrust.
Yep. And the best card to see with talents is Called by the Grave. This card's just broken. You have to play it, with Shifter in the format, and really anything. It's just very sacky.
Card's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, my last round of Swiss, I saw Called by in Talents game 1, so I'm like, okay, I just win. This is easy. Yeah. 3 copies of Ash. Going into this event, I didn't really know what to expect. There's like all different kinds of decks in the format. Ash is just kind of a safe pick, so you don't get cheesed by Branded or something like that. It's just generically a decent card.
Yeah.
Yep. And then for books, I played 3 Book of Moon and 1 Eclipse. It's just 1 Eclipse because it was really just my last spot in the main deck. So I just threw Eclipse in there, because why not? It was fine. And then 3 Imperm, because if you want to have a hand trap that doesn't play into talents, this is probably the best one.
Makes sense. And how many in the main?
40 exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 felt pretty good. I wouldn't want to play more.
All right. I want to go extra deck next?
Yeah, extra deck. 2 copies of Lightheart. Yeah, like I mentioned before, his effect to search is not once per turn, which is very powerful. And you can summon your Reichhardt to the zone under him, or even next to him if you bring him back from grave, which is pretty cool. 2 Astrolab, this card is very powerful. It allows you to it's not only a really good board breaker, but also kind of a combo tool in combination with Cross Sheep. Since he's level 8, it lets you make a Synchro 10 pretty easily, or even a Synchro 12 with Crimson Dragon. Then we have Armatara. I have the QCR that I've been playing. It looks very nice. Yeah, one of the best pieces of support for the deck that came out in Dune. Searches any spell or trap that mentions Visa Starfrost, which is like pretty much the entire deck. You can make him with a tuner plus a light monster. You don't even have to have a non-tuner, so you can use like Vsauce and Meek, which are both tuners, which is pretty broken. And he's also treated as Vsauce while on the field, so you can just link him off into Lightheart, which is awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Cross Shape is very helpful for combo lines. It not only lets you get into additional Synchro 10s, but also lets you climb into Access Code, which I'm also playing in this deck. Baron, you're playing a Synchro deck, so you're definitely playing Baron, obviously. Dispater and Crimson Dragon. Yeah, so Dispater has the benefit of also allowing you to get follow-up by bringing back your banished Vsauce, which basically lets you have Vsauce plus a name in graveyard to have Astrolad on turn 3, which is pretty annoying for your opponent to deal with. So they have to kill you, otherwise you get a huge dude that just destroys their field, and then you activate the Reichphobia that you hopefully searched last turn, and then you just kill them. Chaos Angel, I think it's definitely a very good card to play in this deck. Not something that everyone plays, but the fact that you can make it so easily with a Vsauce plus Reichhardt is just super powerful. And yeah, something that I used in round 9, I believe, the last round of Swiss to help break a board. It was like full Mathmech combo plus 4 hand traps, and I broke it thanks to making Chaos Angel, because I just ignored every hand trap and just killed him. Yeah, Cheng Ying, very good in this card with Cross Out, which is something that I'm playing in this side deck, as well as the Mannadium counter trap, which is pretty good against Cash, and then he's just huge. Yeah, then Excel Synchro, since you're playing a Synchro deck that can easily make 8s and 10s, sometimes it's easier to just make the 8 and then just climb into Baron. I actually wish I was playing Stardust Dragon in this extra deck. There was one card that I would cut for it, and I actually got punished in top 32 because I didn't have the Stardust Dragon, so I actually got nibbed after I used Excel Synchro's effective summon. When if I was playing Stardust Dragon, I would have just tagged out and made an unaffected Baron there, and I probably would have won that game. Unfortunate, yeah. And then Unicorn and Access Code. I think these 2 cards are also pretty much mandatory in this deck. I did expect people to play D-Berry, and I only ran into it once throughout the whole event, but despite that, it's still like so easy to find game with these cards. If you're playing against like Unchained, Unicorn is just like super mandatory to have. So you don't want to just like blindly pop their stuff. Access code can like out any problematic cards that are just there and just preventing you from like attacking over stuff and attacking for game. And then like the fact that he's 5,300 attack plus any of the 3,000 monsters which you have, which is quite a few, just makes games super easy to get. Then the worst card in the extra deck, the one that I would cut for Stardust Dragon, is Apo. I didn't want to play this card, but I just ended up like throwing it in at the last minute. I'm like, maybe I should just play Apo, but I only made it like once. I didn't really do anything in the event, so that should just be Stardust Dragon. This card's just bad. Don't play it.
All right, and for the side.
For side deck, 3 Joel, like I mentioned before. Didn't really know what to expect. I don't really regret playing this card, but it didn't come up too much throughout the event. If I played against Dragon Link or something, or even Mannadium, the mirror match, something that searches a lot more, it would have been more helpful, but it didn't really end up working out. 3 Gamma Steel. Gamma Steel was pretty solid. I played against a decent amount of cash, but also against a couple Pearly, as the card that you always want to see. And it's a little more reliable than Kurikara, I'd say, across matchups, because you need to see it immediately, and you don't want to wait for them to activate and destroy one of your cards and burn through your resources. 3 Nib. Nib is theoretically good. I never saw it when I needed to against the cash players. They went like full wombo combo, and I just didn't have Nib. It would have been very nice to have, so I think it's definitely correct to play. 3 Crossout. Wasn't sure if people were going to be playing Joel, so I put in the 3 Crossout, and then going first, you side in like Joel and then Nib. It ended up being okay because I ended up stopping like an Imperm or 2 throughout the event. I just didn't draw it that often. Cosmic is just a very good card. People play Anti-Spell and all kinds of cheese, so you definitely want Cosmic. And then obviously against Unchained, you don't want to like pop their traps, you just want to banish them. And then Harpies, because it's broken.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile, Vivek. Congratulations again on your top, man. This is Mike from Team Keeper Rebo, signing out. Peace out, guys.